Moore from Tri Leadership, here to talk about intentional membership.
Intentional membership, yes, that's a big word for us today. And so, but we are intentional membership. Actually, is a great concept, and I have this wonderful opportunity with the job that I have with Tri as the director of leadership. That I get to travel all across the United States and work with phenomenal and amazing students and members in our CTSOs, specifically DECA, who are interested in marketing and finance and entrepreneurship and really just improving their future through their leadership skills. I think sometimes we neglect or don't talk a lot about basic membership and what it means to be just a member of DECA. When I say just a member, I don't mean because you're not an officer or because you don't aspire to have a specific leadership role doesn't mean that your involvement with DECA isn't important. And the whole theory of intentional membership simply means that we go about approaching membership and being involved in DECA in a very methodical manner. And I apply it sometimes. My brain works in kind of a right-brained type way, and I always apply things to things that make sense to me. So making sense to me when I talk about intentional membership, I talk about going to a party.
All right.
And there's four theories in going to a party. One is the first type of member that we have is the theory is that there's a party, but I didn't know. And those are the people who are in our schools and who are in our communities that they have no idea about DECA. They see the shirt, they hear about it, it's kind of part of the vocabulary of the school or community, but they aren't really invested in the process. No one's ever probably approached them and said, "Hey, would you like to be involved in this really awesome organization that we have?" So they know that these things are floating, but they really don't know what it's about and what opportunities that DECA can really afford to them. The second type of member we have is it's a party. I was invited, but I'm not going to go. And I think that we have a lot of those people who are in our schools and in our communities that they know DECA is a great organization. They've been invited to the party to come to the meetings and to come to the conferences and really be a part, but they're not taking advantage of those opportunities. And we're finding some of the reasons they don't may be financial. It may be they don't quote-unquote know anybody in the organization, so they haven't had the chance to network and to meet new people. It may be because they think it's going to be a huge time commitment and they aren't able to give that much time, and just kind of not really knowing. And so if we don't know, we tend to kind of steer clear and step back. The third kind of party, your membership party we talked about, is there's a party, I'm invited and I'm going. And these are the kinds of people that we love because they get excited about DECA. Enthusiasm breeds enthusiasm, so they get really excited, they get really involved, and they know that it's a great thing. They know they can improve their leadership skills and their marketing skills and their finance and entrepreneurship and management skills, and they know those things and they want to be involved in that. They're going to take advantage of those opportunities. So they want to be there and they want to be at the party. And the fourth kind of leader are the ones that, who are, we know there's a party because we're going to throw it and it's going to be awesome. So they're the ones who are really kind of taking that next step in leadership and taking it from being just a member and being just in the organization to being involved in the organization and really going to that next step level of being a member. So that's why we hope that students eventually go to. We want them to be involved. It doesn't matter at what level they're involved. We want them to be a part of DECA, and we hope that they will see that there's some worth and really some inspiration and some motivation and empowerment in being a great student leader.
Definitely. Talking about those individuals who are invited to the party but decided they're not going to go. I know one thing, we're coming off of our biggest membership year in history right now. In your experience working with, at all levels of DECA, working with staff, working with advisors, working with your average member, quote unquote, to working with chapter, state, and international officers, what are the things that you've seen that really get those people to that next level, to where they've been invited and they decided that hey, you know what, I'm going to go. I'm going to give this DECA thing a try?
I think there are two levels. I think there's the peer involvement. My friends are there. I see them doing great things. I see what DECA means to them. I see the passion and enthusiasm, and they want to be a part of that incitement. They want to be a part of the movement, of being a great generation that steps up and lead. I think the second part that sometimes is often overlooked is that it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're in kindergarten or if you're as old as dirt like I am or at what level you are. People want to know that other people believe in them. And I think that when they have advisors and parents and community members who are invested in their future and who are really genuinely excited about what they're doing, provide resources, whether it's time, whether it's a hug, whether it's an attaboy or a good job, who really believe in them and get behind them and say, you can do this, and you may fail and you may succeed, and all these things are going to teach us great stuff, but that advisor and adult involvement in their life, I think, plays an important role, because we naturally want to please and to do well, but we need those people in our life, even if we have it at home or don't have it at home. We need those people in our life to really inspire and to push us to do great to do great things.
Definitely. And what are some ideas for members that are watching and advisors that are watching? Some different ideas that they can. I know oftentimes we get stuck in the idea of we have our fall conferences, we have our state conferences, our regional conferences, the national conference, and all these other conferences and field trips in between. But what do you do with that downtime that you get between the conferences, just to keep member enthusiasm up, to show people that we are an organization that's more than just going and competing at these different events, more than just getting out of school early for work.
Yeah, well, we kind of approach the calendar year of DECA sometimes like Thanksgiving dinner, and I always feel my mother always prepares like a feast for an army, and she spends weeks literally cooking and freezing and defrosting and doing all these great things, and then Thanksgiving dinner's over in 30 minutes. Because we're Southern and we must eat, right? and I feel bad because there's all this prep work and preparation up to this great dinner, and then it's just kind of over. And I always feel bad at the end of dinner because I'm like, one, because I've eaten too much, but two, it's done. So I think it's keeping that momentum throughout the year. And so in the downtime that there's not only just preparation for the next big thing that's coming up. I think that's when you can really target those members, because we want those members who want to interact only on the local level or at the community level or only at the regional or state level. Those are the members that we really want to strive that's what they want to do, and we want to make sure that they are successful just as much as our other leaders who want to compete on the state and the national level and run for state and national office. So it's important that we spend adequate and equal amount of time on members at every level that we have. And so whether that is chapter team building, whether that is fundraising, whether it's partnering with other CTSOs at the school, partnering with community memberships and doing internships and field trips and sponsored programs, it doesn't matter what that is. But I think during that quote-unquote downtime, because we have our big events and those things, that it's really an intentional moment to build your local chapter and to build strength in the community that supports that local chapter.
Definitely. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, no, thank you.
I
appreciate it. Thank you.